Here's how you do it where I'm from.
What's going on, guys? Pope here. So I wanted to make a video talking about the history of the GTA heist, more specifically the first 5 heists that came out with GTA Online. Now it's been over a month since the new Cayo Perico heist came out for GTA 5, and it gave me an idea to do this video essay and to take a trip down memory lane and talk about the history of the heist. Now, I remember when we first found out the plans for GTA and their plans for having extra online content. I mean, you're standing from this perspective. I mean, the story was already one of the best of all the GTAs in my opinion, and you just had to meet that equally with the online, because you know, GTA Online was fun. Don't get me wrong, it was fun playing with your friends and everything, but it still lacked some content that you could play with your friends and have a good time and truly have a really fun time on GTA Online. And these heists were what came about it, and is the reason why the game is where it's at today. It was a foundation and a really important thing to happen to this game, and what made the game into what it is today. Good and bad perspectives. So the first major content update for GTA Online came out on March 10th, 2015 with the release of the original 5 heists: Fleeca Job, Prison Break, the Humane Lab Series A funding, and the Pacific Standard Job. These original heists changed the way we looked at money in GTA Online because it was such a big update, and it emphasized teamwork and dedication to the missions you had in order to complete these heists. The payout was more than any other mission you can do at the time, which motivated everyone to play these heists. At the time, it was better to do these heists rather than just repeatedly doing the same mission over and over again, only making like 20k every other mission. So the first heist I wanted to talk about was the Fleeca Job. Everyone remembers the Fleeca Job with Lester showing you the ropes, so to say, showing you how it's done, showing you what it takes to complete these heists. It laid the foundation basically of what you would expect with the other heists. It was obviously the introductory heist, and it helped you understand and give you an idea of how heists will work. This one only allowed 2 players and is the shortest heist if you want to count it among the others. The good thing about this heist was it introduced the armored Kuruma, which would be a big vehicle to use in later heists and even in missions, just randomly fucking around. Or you could take it into the free roam and, you know, troll some kids at the time who didn't know how to defeat it properly, because not every player was level 100 and had the RPG to blow it up in one shot. No, we just drive around and just pop people in the head and just run away, and they get all mad. So the second heist was the Prison Break, and I know a lot of people remember the Prison Break as one of the most stressful and most BS heists of all time to me. This heist was ran by Agent 14, and it required 4 players. So this was like the first real heist where if you didn't have 4 people, you had to rely on them random, and that was always a bad idea, and it was always shit because you always get like that 6-year-old who just begged their mom to buy them the game, and they just thought they could do the heist right away, and it was bullshit. So you had setups like steal a plane, get a prison bus and some disguises for the bus, and break this professor out, who's some big time professor who I think had impacts on later heists, I think, if I remember correctly. You have to break him out of prison. You know, after the setups, you reach the finale, which separates your crew in 4 rows: the prison guard, prisoner, demolition, and the pilot. Obviously the prison guard and the prisoner are disguised to go get the professor, and demolition takes over the originally scheduled prison bus and destroys it. Takes a buzzard to protect the pilot, and the pilot was the most important part because you were literally chased by a whole ass jet the whole time while you're breaking out this professor. So you're I remember flying in circles from this jet because this motherfucker wouldn't leave me alone, and it really pissed me off. So the buzzard was tasked with defending the pilot. The worst part of this was when the prison guard and prisoner finally get close with the professor, and you have to land on the airfield with all these cops around. They have to get in the plane, and then you got to take off again. So you got to get a head start again while these cops are in your way. You have to dodge on the damn airfield. It was fucking tragic, bro. It was so ass. I remember dying a few times because these people would get shot trying to get in your fucking plane. And it was so stressful, dude. I remember the first time we did this, it took us a hella long time to do this shit, and it was complete bullshit, and I hated it. But when you finally finish it, you literally jump out of the plane so the professor can take it, and you literally just fucking parachute down to this fucking island, and that's it. That ends the fucking heist. This one I appreciated because it gave me an idea, like, damn, is this really gonna be this fucking hard? Like, respecting the difficulty of these heists, because it required a lot of coordination and a lot of determination, because a lot of people would fucking quit, you know, and I don't blame them. The next heist was the Humane Labs raid, and in the Humane Labs raid, you are teamed up again with Agent 14 in the third heist. You're tasked with busting into the labs to obtain some files important to Agent 14, so it has to be some serious ass shit. You'll have setups in this one that make you sneak into the facility to steal an insurgent with an EMP in the back, along with an attack helicopter from Merryweather at the docks. Now, the attack chopper setup was very difficult, especially when Merryweather has, you know, this absolute ridiculous aim. Fucking aimbots 2.0 type shit, bro. Like, this shit was fucking wild to me. It was absolutely ridiculous how mad we would get at that setup, but we eventually do it. The good thing about the Humane Labs raid was that it introduced the insurgent to us. So after we finished this one, we could actually purchase the insurgent, and I still have mine from that very same day, because it's just all around, it was a good vehicle. It reminded us of a buffed up Batmobile type shit. Like, it was fucking cool, you know. I do appreciate that because it was really cool. It gave us the inside of a insurgent with a turret on top, which was pretty cool too. You know, you can buy it. At the time, I remember it was just a Pegasus vehicle, but eventually they allowed you to store it in your garage. So I have both, and I just love these vehicles. I don't know what it is, but those vehicles are one of my all-time favorite vehicles. So while you're doing the heist, which really it's a fucking raid basically, your pilot or gunner are tasked with in the attack helicopter destroying helicopters and soldiers, while your ground team move into the lab to retrieve the files and swim their way out through a tunnel system, a sewage system, I think, if I remember, with rebreathers were tasked, and then they had to swim out to a remote beachhead, and wait until the chopper picks you guys up. Now, this one has a good story because our friend Kevin helped us do this heist, and he had, I don't know what the fuck, he had like a stroke or something. He just didn't know how to swim up. Like, this dude literally went through all his rebreathers he had and literally drowned because he didn't know how to swim up. And we were telling him how to swim up very nicely and loudly, and he just he couldn't do it, man. I don't know, I can't explain it. So he literally drowned, and we failed, and we were so fucking mad because we were so close. That's all we had to do. Like, the chopper was at the beachhead. This motherfucker didn't know how to swim up, bro. Like, I was so fucking mad. But eventually we got it. We were then flown to a remote area and are met by FIB agents led by that chick Karen from GTA 4, which is like, whoa, what the fuck? Fuck that bitch. She then gives the team a grenade to destroy the evidence, which is the helicopter. And then that's how you complete that heist. So it was pretty cool. It again gave us the attack chopper we could buy. I think it was a Hind, not a Hind. It's like that helicopter from the Vietnam era with the two turrets on the side. So it was pretty cool. I have it, but I barely use it. So it's like, it was cool at the time, but when other things came out, you know, obviously you're gonna fucking fly the other things. But it was pretty cool. Series A heist is one of my favorite heists because it brings back one of my favorite characters from the story, which was Trevor. In the heist, you are helping build the TPI brand to make it a semi-legitimate business. In this heist, you are tasked with setups that make you steal coke, a garbage truck, killing bikers, and steal more coke. So basically, yeah, you're stealing a lot of fucking drugs, so it is a fucking Trevor heist, obviously. After your absolute haul of narcotics, you must defend it and make your way to the sell point. Now, obviously, the seller was a federal agent, and Trevor ended up not getting any fucking money and barely escaped from federal agents. It was pretty cool because it was a comedic heist. I enjoyed this heist because it was really funny. You know, it brought back Trevor, so anytime Trevor's involved in something, it's always 100 times better, in my opinion. It was really fun to play. Now, the Pacific Standard job. Now, this one was the boss of all bosses. All right, this was the cream of the crop, bro. This is where the boys became the fucking men, dude, and learned just how good at driving you were in GTA, especially on a motorcycle. Unless you did the Kurama garage glitch like we did, but I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna talk about that. So you were teamed up with the good old Mooch Lester to rob the Pacific Standard Bank, because why the fuck not? All right, this motherfucker's on the high of, doing the Union Depository. Fuck it, let's do it. Even though this was before, but you get my point. He was willing to do shit like that. You do the setups that make you steal a transponder from a UPS truck for some reason. You can then reprogram that to disable the die packs and the money you'll be stealing, which is why you have to steal the little hermit, motherfucking Avi Schwartzman. All right, he is a signal expert needed to reprogram the die packs. Next setup, you have to steal a hacking rig from a rival crew, like the badasses you are, and then after you retrieve that, you then attack a whole ass military convoy to steal the charges you need to blow bank doors. So yeah, you're attacking a whole ass fucking convoy for some explosives. All right, these motherfuckers don't fuck around. In the last setup, you and your team have to steal turbo bikes from the Lost MC that you will use for getaway vehicles. This heist had a lot of vibes from the bank job of GTA 4, if y'all ever played that one, and a mix of Payday. So it was like kind of the baby between those two games. It was well executed, from how your team would do crowd control and demolitions would work on the door and doing the hacks. Once you get to the bottom of the bank, fill your duffel bags with an unreasonable amount of cash in one bag, because we had two people who could carry them, but we only had one person take all the money. So he somehow fit $1.2 million into one fucking duffel bag. Oh, fucking G, bro. Motherfucker just carrying like 100 pounds of fucking money while running away from fucking cops, dude. This dude's fit as fuck, bro. So after you get the money, you then destroy so many cops and noose if you killed any hostages. So if you got noose, it's because you killed a hostage. You'll then run through the alleyways and dodge bullets until you reach the drop-off point to where the bikes are. So you're gonna take these bikes across the country all the way to fucking Mount fucking Chiliad, right? So you gotta drive from fucking Los Santos all the way across to Mount fucking Chiliad, only to jump off a cliff and then parachute down to the boat that Lester leaves you. So it's a lot of fucking Mission Impossible type shit that you're doing in here. Now, I remember trying to get all the way over there to the drop-off point, and this was one of the hardest things of my life, because there was always one person who, if you followed right behind the person in front of you, the cops will fucking ram you instead of ramming them because they're trying to hit them. And you'll fuck up, you'll get shot and die. Alright, it is what it is. So the most important thing was make sure the money person does not get shot, because if you get shot, you lose that fucking monies. So it was to drive this bike. A lot of people didn't drive the bikes, they weren't used to it, but eventually we got it. Once you finally make it all the way to Chiliad, you jump off that cliff, parachute down to the boat that Lester leaves, and once everyone's in there, you'll lose the cops, and then you just drive off into the sea. I appreciate this heist because, it was really good pay for what it was, especially once you got it down, you could do it over and over again, daily, and it was great. And looking back at these heists, it just, in all seriousness, it was a really great thing that happened to GTA. It brought back some players who stopped playing, because at the time, a lot of people thought it was boring, because you can only kill random people for so long until you just get bored of it. And with this heist update, it really gave players another way to play the game. It really helped people who didn't have any other games to play, who spent all their money on GTA, to just be able to play this game over and over again. Be able to play this game and not worry about being left behind from your friends, because your friends could always help you make money. It really helped people, especially me growing up with this, understand who your friends are. It helped you understand like who would help you when you needed help on this game. You always had this option, especially when you play another game and it's like you're almost done for the night. It's like, dude, let's just get on GTA for a little bit and mess around and do a heist. It's that type of stuff that allowed us to always come back to this game, and these heists were by no means perfect at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you had to have 4 people, otherwise you couldn't play it. Randoms would leave. But this laid the foundation to what GTA heists are today, especially with the Diamond Casino heist, which I think was the best heist that they brought out, because it allowed us to not have 4 players. You know, we weren't limited to 4 players. Really quickly, you could do it in a free roam. You know, it wasn't always a lobby. You know, you didn't have to wait in a lobby. You didn't have to start it up only on the finale where you had to be in a lobby together. And that was great. You know, you could do it all free roam, and that's what made it good. So I'll never forget these first 5 heists. I'll never forget the boys I played with. You know, I talked to all of them, but a lot of things have changed. You know, everyone grows up. But this heist really, this first update really changed my life, and I appreciate it. I'll leave it there, guys.